All right, there we go. All right, so we will officially begin. And there we go. There, my camera gets all fuzzy again. Hold on. I might just wave and move and it'll get clear. All right. So I really don't want to keep you all because literally, I know it sounds weird to say I'm still kind of recovering from COVID. I am glad I got the right medicine and all that because I don't think I would have been doing as good as I ended up being to do it. But I will tell you, I have a little bit of, they talk about COVID fog, and I surely have it. Like it is, like even my husband was, and then Grace Marinos, he was struggling even worse than I was. And I ordered him something for Father's Day because I saw something online and it came in the mail like 3 days ago. And he's like, "What is this? Like a pillow?" And it's a camping thing. So it's more for a camper. And I said, "It's for Father's Day." And he's like, "Yeah, isn't Mother's Day coming up?" It's like, I didn't get you anything. So anyway, so I got nothing going on over here. So it really hasn't even been. I'm gonna stop by my mom's later today, and that's it. So real quick, a couple things I really want to touch on is this virtual option that Norwex has put out there. It's pretty amazing. So I really want to kind of talk about that. Actually, if you guys want to we'll give a big welcome to Bonnie. Bonnie just joined us the other day with the virtual option.
Thanks.
Welcome, Bonnie.
Good for you, Bonnie. I'm excited.
Yeah, we are excited. So Bonnie, just real quick, she's been a longtime customer, a past host, amazing. And I know she's kind of toyed with the idea before as we were talking. So this opportunity came up and I'm so excited to have her on our team.
Thanks.
All right, so we'll talk about the virtual option. I want to talk to you actually real quick. I want to tell you what I'm doing for parties right now. Obviously, you don't have to do what I do by any stretch, but I always just like to kind of give you an idea of where my head is with everything. Talk about an idea about a team mega party, and I'll kind of touch on that in a second. And also take questions and answers from you and find out what you need from me. I actually am putting together a Google form of a quick survey that I want to send to everybody to kind of get some ideas of what do you need me to help you with? What are some things that you're struggling with? We could even set up like one-on-one coaching calls and really kind of wherever you're struggling, I want to be able to be the one to help you. All right. So virtual option. So just to kind of give you the rundown, this is, so Norwex, for those of you who haven't been with Norwex for a while, every now and again, they would come up with what's called join for free. And for $9.99, I'm sorry, no, for free, you could sign up and you would get a WinViro cloth and a window cloth. And that was it. And no selling options, kind of like we're doing now, no selling option or anything. And you would get those two items. And it never really was all that successful. In fact, when I did it, I didn't really promote it that much because it didn't help grow a team. It didn't help people learn about Norwex or learn how to sell or things like that. It was just kind of, here's this, and you get 35%. And then people would kind of like go away. And then they'd lose interest in winning, be customers. It was kind of a weird thing. So this virtual option, it took me a minute to wrap my head around about why this is better than the join for free and things like that. But with it, it's really kind of amazing. So first of all, you don't get a product. So it's not like somebody gets something, loses interest, and kind of runs away. You now have access to all the stuff that we as consultants have access to, including the Office Suite. So not only do you get your website that you have for the 6 months for free, you have access to that. So you have access to being able to put all of your orders in through the direct sales and the direct order instead of the party order. Bonnie and I had a long conversation all day yesterday about that one. And then also like you have access to Photofy and you can move parties. Like if somebody places an order and doesn't go in the right party, you can move that yourself. So you have access to all of that. And the biggest thing is you can do what you want with this business, which we say anytime. Anybody can do this business, big time, small time, part-time, full-time, whatever. But with this, it really gives you the opportunity to just kind of not have to have that pressure of having the sales. Like so many people worry all the time. Like a lot of people always say, I just don't think I can make the 2,000 in sales. I don't think I can make the 1,000 in sales. And you all know how many times I tell you, trust me, you're going to make it, right? I think like the 2 year on the call, and even Abby who was on before, all made it within their 30 days. But it's sometimes hard for people to kind of get over that hump. We can tell them all they want that it's easy, but it's hard to get over that. So what this does is it gives them the opportunity to join. They pay to $20. And as Bonnie did, they still have the option to upgrade to the gold kit. So when you're talking to people about this, about your, like, if you reach out to your past hosts and past customers, always, always, always let them know about the gold kit, because if they opt up for that, they pay, I think it's like with the 300, I can't remember the number exactly, I always have to look, but like the close to like $400 worth, I'm sorry, the $300 worth of product, but it counts like $400 towards their first set of goals. So not only do they pay that really discounted price, they get all of that product in the kit, and they get, because they reach their first 415 days, they get all the rest of that product. So even if they're not using it to sell, because a lot of that stuff is great to use for giveaways and things, they can, and even if they have all that stuff, they can use it for gifts and all sorts of things that they can use later on. It's like, it's kind of a no-brainer. But as you guys know, the only time you can sign up for the gold kit is when you join. So definitely let people know that. So that's kind of the virtual kit option, as far as, and everything else is the same as far as to maintain a consultant. We want to make sure that they submit $250 every 6 months. And I know we talked about this with Bonnie's like, I thought you said every 6 months, but on the call they said 3. We know that if you don't reach your 250 in a 3-month period, you become inactive, but it doesn't change anything as far as your status. So really, you do have that kind of 6 months of that grace period. With that being said, and again, when you guys are kind of talking to people about this who might want to join your team, we always want to let everybody know that in June and December, those are our big engagement months. Those are the times, because especially for me, so right now we have, I think, where are my last numbers? Because Michelle added a few. I think I'm at 68 people on our team. And in order for me to keep track of everybody, if we keep everybody on the June and December schedule, it's great. So I can reach out to people, especially when you guys have team members who join. I'm still kind of helping you out there, making sure they're there in case you know, because it takes a while to kind of get into the leadership role. So we always want to make sure those 2 months are solidly, we get those engagements. Plus, and I don't know if I'm probably not going to go for it in June. I don't even know if we're going to go for it in December. I got to take a look and kind of figure out my goals. But we're really close to possibly getting Red Jacket. Our team could be a Red Jacket team, which puts us on a whole other level of being able to kind of know things a little bit before other people. Gets I can take your suggestions and bring them to the next level. So if we do that, but in order for that to happen, we need 75 people engaged in the same month. So let's say we look at that and going in December, that also helps if we tell people, make sure December and June are engagement months. All right. So before I go on to anything else as far as details about that, do you guys have any questions about the virtual option? Go ahead, Grace.
Yes, I do. You said the gold kit, if they have the virtual option, they get the gold kit. Do they have to order it immediately when they sign up?
Yep. Same thing like you had to do. Yep. Because it still doesn't have the
Okay.
option to go back in. Great question.
Okay.
Anything else?
And second, what is a Red Jacket team?
Okay, so Red Jacket, no, that's a great question. So, you know, like Norix, we have and actually I'm going to refresh this because I know Bonnie and I were messaging about it. So I'll just kind of say it again. So like, if you think about it like a family, like I'm your mom. So Team Integrity is you, like I would be your mom. Then we have Team Hope, and that's Pam. She's the one who recruited me. Above her, we have Team Powerhouse, that's Allison. And then above her, we have Team Legacy, that's Lindsay. Then really above her is Dream Team and all that. So it kind of goes up to these big branches. So as we grow and get more consultants underneath us, our team grows. Like for all of you who might want to bring on new consultants, one of the benefits, if you get 3 consultants underneath you, you promote to team coordinator. So those are 3 consultants who all submit $250 in the same month. You promote to team coordinator. And what that does for you is you get 3% of their sales comes to you in commission as well. So when they're all engaged. All right, so that's team coordinator. After that is sales leader. And that's when you get 10 people engaged, 10 consultants under you who are engaged. 5 of them have to be your own personals. So it's not like Grace Marie, let's say you recruit somebody and she gets 10 people, at least 5 of those have to be your own personal recruits. All right, so that's a sales leader. Then there's executive sales leader, which is where I am now. And I think the number is 50 and 25, 50 consultants and 25 personals. So those are kind of some like leadership roles. But then like the real big leadership comes after that. It's called the vice president sales leader. And that's the Red Jacket. So what that does is when you move up and you have 75 people underneath you, there's a couple of things that they give you. Well, first you get an assistant. So that would be lovely. Not that that's even a huge thing because I wouldn't know what to do with an assistant, quite honestly. It's the releasing of control that I have the problem with. But then our team itself, we have more like there's specific red jacket meetings that Norwex hosts. So if you guys are having a question about a product, or if you guys have a suggestion or something like that, like I can bend the ear a little bit of people, like we're just at other level that bumps us up a little bit. Also, we get some kind of like heads up on like different things a little earlier that sometimes I can divulge and sometimes I can't. Like sometimes I know a red jacket knows something and can't tell me, and I'm like, but sometimes I get the information and we can kind of, scooch it along. But that's what it does. It just kind of bumps our whole team up. So we have a little bit more of, I don't know what the word, and I don't want to be like priority or anything like that because Norwex is so much about love. It's not about putting people above, but we just have a little bit more oomph. That's maybe the right word. So, any other questions? Oh, and then wait, and after red jacket is black jacket. And that's like, so Allison in Team Powerhouse and Lindsay in Team Legacy, they are black jacket leaders. So here's me and then Pam. Pam and I are both right now executive sales leaders. So we might even go for red jacket at the same time. I'm not sure where she is and everything too. All right, so that's just the structure of Norwex. All right, and like right now as an executive sales leader, actually I think as a sales leader, I earn 5% on like what your sales are. I get a 5% commission. So it's really kind of nice. So the more like, so when you guys recruit people, you can be earning commission on your downline. And the great thing is like, so with Norwex, we're a direct sales company. We're not a, what's it like an MSM? What is it? Like the
multi-level marketing.
Yes, we are not that because you have to keep working. Like, it's not like you make somebody do the work for you and they have to do it. Like you still have to do the work as yourself. So that's the other nice thing is there's no rest, there's no pressure for other people and all that crazy stuff. All right. So any other questions on the virtual option? Okay. So do you guys have anybody, or let me ask you, has anybody reached out to anybody to ask if they wanted? You have, Nancy?
Yeah. I do have one recent hostess that she's thinking about it. She's also a 31 consultant.
Oh.
And she's thinking about it. She said she's not sure if she wants to jump into the selling right away. But she's definitely interested in the the discount for now. But I think she really does love the Norwex products and she's excited about it. And she actually had been part of a party, I don't know how long ago, but it was just a catalog party. So she really didn't understand how the microfiber worked. So then when she was watching the videos in her own party, she got really excited. So she does really like the products. And I think like after a while, she'll probably
start selling.
But
well, and it's funny too, because, and that, there's some consultants on our team who are 31 consultants. One person on our team was like a high ranking person, even in 31. And what's lovely is I always thought kind of all of these direct sale companies work the same way. They don't. Wait until she finds out all of the stuff that Norwex gives to their consultants that she doesn't even, like, she will be blown away based on the differences between 31 and Norwex. And I think that might help her. The other thing being, it's kind of great because she already knows how to do direct sales. So it might be more of like a really natural for her to kind of just start selling.
I think so too. And I've reached out to a couple others. I have a personal friend who, she actually does pure romance. And I asked her if she'd be interested in supplementing, that income. And she said, not right now. So possibly down the future. And then I did reach out to another person as well. And she's like, I'm a little full right now, but she goes, maybe down the road. So
great.
Some people are expressing interest in it. So
perfect. So even keep that list going. And even as we get towards the end of May, when the promo is going to go away, there's nothing reaching out and saying, hey, I know you said you think about it. I know 2 weeks doesn't give you much time, but I just is thinking that, you know, this is such a great opportunity to not have to have the sales goals. If you were interested, you know, just wanted to keep that door open kind of thing. Go ahead, Grace.
So you just said something about the promo going away. So this virtual option is not like a forever thing. It's only for May?
Just for May. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know, because this is what my literacy student is interested in. But I still haven't gotten any information from that other consultant as to,
Let me reach out to
Explaining it
Shelley
to her.
because she said Maria was going to contact you. I will message Shelley again and ask her. And if she doesn't, gosh, I don't know anybody else who has any other. I'll look into and see if I know anybody else who has some Spanish speaking people. But she says she does this all the time, so I don't know. Maybe she just got busy, so I'll reach out and ask her.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, but this is just a May promotion. It might, who knows, they might extend it to June, but I always say don't. Well, let's put it this way. Every time I think something Norix is going to do, I'm wrong. So I'm gonna not think that they're gonna extend it to June and maybe that will work. So when you're reaching out to people though, definitely if you need help with verbiage, I have a whole bunch of different verbiage that you can send. Message me individually and I can send you a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously tweak it to make it your own. But I have verbiage you can send out to past hosts, verbiage you can send out to people who you could even go in your back office and find out who your top sellers are. I was going to pick and choose. And then I thought, you know, how do I know somebody might not be interested? I go back to like, if somebody could really use this business opportunity and I didn't offer that to them, like shame on me, you know, so I didn't really want to pick and choose. So I went through all my contacts and I sent a project broadcast out to everybody and actually included in it. I hate sending long messages. All my messages end up being long though. All of them. I hate it. But I sent like the warehouse sale, the flash sale, and this. And I'm like, you know what? And I got 7 people replied that they were interested. And 2 people who I had to go back and look and see what party they were from because they're not people I contact with all the time. So don't ever count anybody out, I guess is what I'm saying. All right. So before go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I've been using verbiage that I picked up in one of the groups and I can't remember. It might even have been yours. I don't remember now, but it was like a kind of a long blurb, but it was very to the point and I thought easy to read. But I did pick it up in one of the groups and that's what I've been using.
That is perfect. I know I did post it in our team integrity page. So if you did, and if you even want to take that and post it in team integrity yourself, like say, hey guys, this is what the verbiage I've been using that I got and it's working. So feel free. You guys use the team integrity Facebook page. I know most of us use the chat. So that's why I've kind of like gone more to that. But use it, share it with people because even though it looks like people aren't reading it, they are. They still see it.
Okay.
So that's, you know, that's your page to use too. Don't just wait for me to have to post on. So real quick, before I talk about our team party that we're going to do, I really want to say for me, where I am right now with doing parties, we've been so overwhelmed. I mean, you guys know my husband and I own a business and I'm homeschooling and all of this crazy stuff. So it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I can't keep doing, I was doing 2 sets of parties a month, the second and the third week of each month. And now I've gone to doing 1 set of party a month. Like right now, my May party is the 15th through the 17th. They're only express parties. I don't do Facebook parties anymore. I don't, and well, still nobody's really asking me for any in-home parties. But like right now I have 5 hosts that are going to be in May. And I run all of them. The 15th, the 16th, and the 17th are all my educational posts. So it's Saturday to Monday. I keep the party open until that Friday. So I'll do a couple posts here and there just to keep the interest going and things like that. But it's like 3 or 4 posts a day are the main posts from that Monday or Saturday through Monday. I go live at 7 on Monday. And I do include everybody. So like of all the hosts I have right now, everyone will come into the same YouTube link where I do my live. So I have everybody on there, which is really nice because if you ever had a party where like no one shows up, I did one express party, but I was doing individual express party ones, like nobody showed up. And you got to do it because you got to publish it, right? I'm like, you're talking to yourself.
What's an express party?
Okay, so the express party, Bonnie, is the messenger party that we were kind of talking about a little bit at the beginning. And what that one is, it's a 3-day educational party using Facebook Messenger. So, and I can send you documents and everything. I have a hostess coaching of how to do it, and I have the template itself that I use. And what it is there are 3 to 4 posts every day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that really introduce everybody to the Safe Haven 5 set. And then there's a couple other posts I do about body cloth and mop. And what it does, it introduces all the guests to it in through Messenger. They don't have to, it's not like a Facebook party where everybody has to engage and tag people, and people aren't going to see the posts because the algorithm is off and all of that. Downside to, look at me, I'm talking too much with my hands. My camera doesn't like it. The downside to the express party is, oh, why is this doing this? The downside to the express party is that it is in Messenger, and if people reply, people's phones blow up, and people don't like that. But I'll be honest, nobody's ever really left. I've had a couple people leave here and there from an express party, and I'm very honest with them at the beginning, like, just like it. And I always tell them, private message me individually. Since doing that, so the other thing about the express party is I feel like it's less relationship building. Like, I don't feel like I connect with customers like I normally can do with a Facebook party. But I've introduced where I have them message me individually. And I've had some amazing conversations with people individually where it's just them and I. So I encourage that a lot in my messenger parties as well. So that's one of the downfalls.
So you don't go live?
What was it?
You don't go live then?
I do. On Monday at 7 o'clock, I always do my live for my express parties. And I used to do it. There's a way in your messenger app that you can actually create a room, a chat room that really looks very similar to Zoom. The problem with that is the quality isn't very good. So it's really it's very grainy. So it's hard to see some of the demos. And if you have a lot of people on, everybody's like super tiny. So that it was really difficult. So then we found out that you can actually go live when you have your YouTube page. You can schedule a go live. So that's what I do now is I schedule the live, and then I copy and paste the link into the messenger group. And at 7 o'clock, everyone clicks on that and they're watching me on YouTube.
That sounds intimidating to me.
Oh, don't be, well, and listen, you don't have to go live.
I'm with you, Nancy. I understand where you're coming from, Nancy.
Well, for me, it's about the YouTube. Now, like, I'm a little bit technology challenged. Like, once I do something a few times, like, I'm fine with it.
Yep.
But to kind of like get set up, and then if something doesn't work right, I'm totally, I freak out. I don't know what to do to fix it.
I start sweating.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm with you. Yep.
Yep.
So here's a way to combat that. And this is what I did with a couple of people who were starting their express parties. Use me. Go onto YouTube and say, hey, Michelle, when are you free? Go onto YouTube, play around. I have the video. I'll make sure it's in the link tree, but I can message it to you even separately. I have the video that shows you how to go in and like set up your YouTube link and all that. Actually, Mary Beth just watched it and just did that for her express parties that she just had. And I will walk you through. So play around with it and then invite me. You just do it as a silly one. Like at any given day, we'll log on and we'll test it out and see. Trust me, use me.
Michelle, could you do the same thing with a Zoom? Like take from Messenger and go to Zoom?
Yep, you could do that too. So if you set up a Zoom call, you could put that in there and do it on Zoom as well. The reason why I like YouTube versus Zoom for it, and I wish I could use Zoom because I really like my camera setup better than my computer for it. The only thing I really like about YouTube is the link that I posted in there for them to access to watch. All they have to do is click on that same link to go back and watch the replay, as opposed to Zoom where you got to upload it and all that stuff, and then they just miss another post. Because let's face it, people are busy. People like, even how many times do you post your party link? Like, this is the host's party link, order from here. And how many messages do you get? Where's the party link? Like, just scroll, you know? So I just try to make it as easy as I can for people.
Oh, I do have a question for you about the express parties. Can you schedule posts in Messenger?
So that's the other downfall. No.
Okay.
But I will say, after doing it the first couple of times that you do it, it's going to be like there's a couple times I missed posts and I'm sweating. It's like that night. I'm like, I can't post now. It's 11 o'clock at night, you know? So it's okay. Nobody knows. Like I do put that these are the days and what they're going to see, but nobody really pays attention. Nobody knows that you screwed up. Now that I've been doing it so long, I know my posts go on at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So they kind of get it when they're waking up, whatever, 7 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And if I have a fourth one, it's at 8 o'clock. So you will, after you do a couple of them, it's going to be, and if you miss it, no big deal. They don't know. And the reason why I like keeping it open till Friday as well is because let's face it, people aren't glued to their phone for those 3 days.
Right.
When is she going to post? You know? Like,
Right.
like,
Yeah, we wish.
right. We wish they would, but we know it's not happening. So it gives them until Friday to go back and view whatever they missed. And because it's in Messenger, everything stays in order, not like
Right.
Facebook where everything gets jumbled up and you don't know what you may have missed. So it gives them that opportunity.
Okay.
At some point, if not now, at another time, could you talk more about broadcasting messages?
So you mean like when I send a big text message out?
Yes.
Yeah. So I do use the program called Project Broadcast. And if anybody wants a code for that, if you want to start using it, let me know. What that is it's like a texting service that you subscribe to. The minimum one is like for $10 a month. You get a ton of credits. And a credit is anytime you pretty much schedule a message to go out. Okay. I did sign up for what was called free unlimited chat for $15 a month. I can chat with anybody back and forth. And when that chat happens, it's free. It doesn't count as a credit. And they don't charge you at all for any incoming messages. It's just your outgoing. So now I've upgraded because I have a couple other things on there. Like if somebody needs to call me, they can call me through there and it transfers to my phone and all that. But for $10 a month, what I do is as soon as a customer orders, when I get that email telling me that they've ordered, I copy their phone number, I copy their name, I go into Project Broadcast, I paste them into my contacts, I add them right away. I put a tag so I know which guest that they would host they were from, a party. And then I have what are called campaigns. So I add them to the online purchasing campaign, what do I call it? Oh, my 222 outside online orders. So I click on that campaign. They immediately get a thank you message from me. And then in 3 weeks, well, now it's probably 4 because I changed it with COVID and I haven't gone back yet. In 4 weeks, they get a message saying, hey, just checking in on you. Did you get your stuff? Did you open the box yet? Do you have any questions? Some of you probably have already gotten those from me because you were customers of mine and you get those. And then in another month, they get another one saying, hey, are you interested in booking a party? And then another one, I think it's just another follow-up and checking. I can't remember all the details of them. But follow-ups are huge. And then even you can import, like from your Norwex back office, you can export all of your contacts that you have in there and import them into Project Broadcast the first time you want to do this and have them all ready to go. It's a super easy thing. So it's just a little bit of an investment. For me, especially the $10 a month, it was worth it because think about it. If you get one sale from that, what you make in commission will easily replace that $10, depending on how much they order or whatever.
And you said they can respond back to you? Okay.
So it's great. So and again, the other downfall with that is sometimes I don't get the alerts for my Project Broadcast. So it's kind of like somebody would have messaged me, and if I didn't check it in a day or two, it takes me a day or two to get back. But at the same time, it's not so bad. I think I'm the worst at myself. Like I want to get back to people right away. And I have to kind of stop because, as my family does take priority, there's other things. I really should do more time blocking that my normal business is from this time to this time and things like that. And I really haven't had a customer ever say, gee, it took you so long to get back to me kind of thing. I think people understand. So yeah, so it all stays in Project Broadcast and all of that.
Okay. And do you do that like off of your cell phone too, or is that just the computer?
Nope, it works both. It works the same way the computer. So there's times if I've had I had a party once where it was a 5-host Facebook party, and there was 2 days that like everybody ordered. And I'm like, I can't keep up of doing this on my phone. So I went to the computer, pulled up the email. It was so much easier for me to do it on the computer than, because when they come in trickling, it's easy. Boom, 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 you know,
Right.
but it was easier to do on the computer. So they work very well on both your computer and your app.
Mhm. Okay.
And there's
Thank
so
you.
many other things that they can do. Like when we just had the Christmas in July, you know, schedule, there's just, you can create campaigns for anything. You can have, like, when I sent out the message and said, hey, if you want to be notified of my 12 days of Christmas sale, text back the word Santa. When they write back the word Santa and nothing else in there, if they say,
Mhm.
oh, thank you so much, Santa, you got to add it yourself. But when they just write
Mhm.
back Santa, boom, it automatically adds them to the 12 days of Christmas campaign.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and every third message or so, I always include, you know, if you don't want to receive these messages, no hard feelings, just reply stop. And if they
Mhm.
reply stop, it puts them on the do not message list as well. So you don't have to
Okay.
worry about making sure, I never remove my contacts. I just put them as do not message. Because I
Mhm.
have just the other day, I had a customer who was a do not message customer who just placed another order, and this darn thing. And I wanted to write back to her and say thank you. So I took off of the do not message because she doesn't want all my information. And then I wrote back and just said, hey, thank you so much for your order. Let me know if you have any questions. Then she wrote back and said, you're so welcome. I'll let you know. And I put her back on the do not message list.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of different things you can do with it. If you do decide to do project broadcast, let me know, because there's a project broadcast boot camp, which is it's a Facebook group. Oh my gosh, it is unbelievable the stuff that you'll learn in that.
Okay.
So let me know.
All right. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm having trouble kind of just getting organized.
You know, Nancy, we should set up a coaching call one-on-one, because maybe like we can sit there and we can talk about a few different ideas that either can get you organized or give you some more ideas about things to kind of get you there if you want to do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that
Yeah.
down.
Maybe Nancy and I could attend the same thing and you could kill,
Mhm.
well, I hate that
Yeah.
expression, two birds with one stone, but anyway,
I
you
won't
get
kill
the
you. No.
idea.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And quite honestly, and not to just take up this, but Bonnie,
Yeah.
if you want to be part of that
Hi,
too,
Bonnie.
because you're just starting.
Hi,
Yeah.
I
And
hit that
we will,
accidentally.
and not that I even don't want to do it on this call, but if other people are watching this for the other thing, we could definitely set up another call and do that with all of us.
Okay.
All right. So the other thing I'm looking to do is I'm thinking of having a Team Integrity mega party. I know Team Legacy has had these in the past, but I always find them a bit tough because Team Legacy has, let's face it, what are there, like 8,000 consultants under there? So if 8,000 consultants send this out to their hosts, I mean, these parties get so huge. We know how Facebook doesn't necessarily even show all the people their posts and things like that.
Mhm.
Your customers could really get lost in there. So I thought if we do a Team Integrity mega party, this actually might be better because it's a smaller. I would run it for you guys. So you wouldn't even have to worry about
Mhm.
like making sure you run it or anything. But if you have videos that you want to use, you throw them in. Like you could do whatever as well. And for you guys, I will like count on you to be commenting and tagging and things like that, like you were running a party. But I would schedule the post. You wouldn't have to worry about any of that. And if we have any of our new consultants who join, if you think about it, to help them, even if they join for the $20, so they're not looking to make their $1,000, I'm sorry, but how awesome would it be to get that starter kit anyway, right?
Mhm.
Like, even if you have the mop, my gosh, think of who you could gift that mop to or give away if you want to start doing a business with this.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking I'm actually thinking maybe of looking at doing it the beginning of June, because if we have people joining throughout May, and already we're at May 9th, so we look at their first 15 days, if we can do it right at the beginning of June, would be a sweet spot for when people kind of join, or maybe that last week in May. I'm still trying to find what I think the sweet spot would be.
Mhm.
Any of your consultants who join could benefit from that. Especially, Bonnie, you already got the first 15 days, so you're not somebody you have to worry about there. So even if we do move it to that June, anybody who has people join now, my gosh, we could easily get them that. All they would have to do is invite, like, if you think about it, like 10 or 15 or 20 people, almost like they were hosting their own party, but
Mhm.
all of the sales will go right to that consultant. So if you guys do it, and if you need to, let's say you want to boost your sales and You want to invite people, you as the host, all the party sales would go to you as a consultant and the host. And then if you have new people join, so let's say I have Bonnie who just joined, I would make sure all of those sales, all of any people that Bonnie invites, she will give them her party link. So it's kind of like, you don't have to do all the work. I'll do all the work, but you get all of the sales. And it's a great way. So when you're talking about the opportunity for other people to get them to join, let them know that this is something our team is doing that will help them, you know, really get the ball rolling. And the other thing I was kind of toying with was, instead of just doing as a Facebook group, I was thinking, should we do a messenger group? The only problem is if we get too big in a messenger group, again, messenger is supposed to be more personal, more small. Then I thought of doing a separate messaging group for everybody. But then I'm terrified that if I have 20 of them going, I'm going to miss doing a post somewhere. And and then I feel awful. But the only reason why I was really wanting to do it as an express party, and maybe I'll still work out the logistics in ahead and see if I can, is because that seems to be where the parties seem to be going. So the reason why we would do a party for your consultants is so that they can see, hey, this is easy. I can run a party just like this, you know? So that's why I like the idea of doing an express party if I can still logistically figure it out. Does that make sense?
Yes, and that would be great.
Yeah, so let me still kind of work out the details, even if I do a bunch of separate ones. Let me still work out the details, because I'm close, but I'm not comfortable yet. Let's put it that way. Close, but not comfortable. That would probably be a good way. All right, and then the last thing is really, what else do you need from me? What can I help you with, and what questions do you have?
I can't think of like a particular question, but there are times where I feel a little bit overwhelmed because there's so much information out there, and I'm seeing things like in like your messenger group, and then in the several Facebook groups. So I kind of feel, I don't want to say bombarded, because it's great to have that information out there, but sometimes there's so much out there. Then I can't remember. Oh, I remember seeing some posts, like where did I see that? Which group was it in? And I do try to save them.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, I would feel a little more grounded if maybe we had some regular Zoom meetings like this, like team meeting, like on a smaller basis, instead of like those giant, the giant ones. And I know in the past, sometimes it's been difficult for me to attend them, but I definitely have an interest in that, because sometimes I just I'm not even sure if overwhelmed is the right word. I think I just don't feel grounded sometimes, and disconnected a little bit.
I am so glad you said this, because it's so funny, because for a while we were having every other week of a meeting, and then nobody was coming. So then we did like once a month and nobody was coming. So it was kind of like, I just was like, okay, well, this is clearly not what my team wants.
Right.
So I'm not going to, I don't mind keep doing it. So it's nice that you said that. And again, maybe people are now at a point where they want to have them. So I have no problem. I would love to do, actually, let me ask you, what do you think? Do you think weekly, every other week, monthly? What would be the best for you?
For me, I would say for every other week.
Okay.
If you're asking me personally.
Yeah, I'm asking all
and
of
then
us,
I
yeah.
could, in my notebook, I could write, ask Michelle this, or rather than calling you. I always feel badly that I'm calling you or messaging you when you have all these other stuff going on. So if I could just write in my notebook, ask Michelle this, and then we met every other week, that would help me.
That's perfect. I could definitely do that. And don't ever feel bad about messaging or calling me either. But yeah, so
I think
2 weeks seem to work with everybody.
Yeah, I think so too. Unless there's a lot going on, like right now, there's kind of a lot going on with the virtual, and they've got flash sales and stuff. But but I think in general, every other week would.
Yeah, if there was something major going on, maybe then we'll just say, hey, I know we're not supposed to meet till next week, but let's schedule a meeting now. Okay. So as a like, if you were thinking about, like, I know we were like like 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock I can never do because I always do a prayer group that I'm doing at 8.
Mhm.
But would like 7 o'clock be a good time? 9 o'clock? What would, or a Sunday afternoon? What do you think would be the best time or day?
My preference is always a Sunday afternoon. I fade at night. But if you are going to do it at night, a 7 o'clock would, I couldn't go any later than that because my brain just empties out.
That's fine. I get it. Yep. 9 o'clock, I'm a little tired too. So that works.
I am too. Usually we're kind of winding down by then, and 9 o'clock is a little like if I'm free from other things, but usually I'm like starting to
Fade.
get tired and so it's a little bit late, but I actually do like Sunday afternoon. I mean, this is kind of nice too. But I don't know, like once you hit like really midsummer, I don't know how that would work for
Yeah.
people if they're, trying to
They're
do
out
yard
doing
work or
things.
projects or stuff like
Right.
that.
Well, we can always change it up. I mean, it really doesn't have to be. I mean, I like the idea of having something scheduled, maybe season by season, right? Like, so
Yeah.
heading into the summer. So summers, we can move it to whatever, because I agree. I think that might,
Good idea.
actually, my family might kill me. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, like 7 o'clock, that's when my husband likes to eat dinner. So
Oh,
I
okay.
hate it, but that's when he likes to. I'm an
Mhm.
early person. He likes late. So
Okay. All right. So then Sunday. So it sounds like Sunday too would be a good one for you as well.
yes, except like in the summer if I'm busy or
Or
doing
stuff,
things.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about that. My husband, actually right now they're waiting on me to go. I have to go get my mom her I told you this COVID fog, it's been nuts. So
Well, at least you have an excuse for that.
oh yeah,
I just have fog.
I don't know how long I can make the excuse though. I had it on the 17th. I mean, I'm feeling better, but my brain just isn't. Who knows if it's that or I'm just getting old? Let's face it.
Well,
It's crazy.
Honey, if you're getting old, what does that make me? So please.
Yeah, me too.
None of us are getting old. It's just our bodies are a little more mature. No, I don't know. All right, so I will definitely love to do the 2 weeks because there's so much I even want to say to everybody all the time. And I know exactly what you mean about not like, I sometimes am overwhelmed. Like I have this ESL thing going on and it's like every day there's try this. And I'm like, I just can't, so there's times I have to kind of separate. So I would love to do that because there's so many different ideas and stuff I have that I think we can really help our team grow and really kind of get you guys at a good, comfortable, grounded spot if we do that.
okay.
So, and feel free, and even like Grace Maria, you said you have questions and things like that. If there's a topic that you want to have discussed, let me know because any of my meetings can be about anything. So let me know if there's something you're struggling with that you really want to have too.
Okay.
Okay.
So as
Sounds
soon as we
good.
get off this call, I'm going to contact you and say, what do I have to know about Broadcast Project before I sign up for it? Because I want to do that practically yesterday.
Well,
Yeah.
do you want, I mean, I would love to, we could do that now while we're talking about it. So if you go to projectbroadcast.com, you will see, actually,
Yeah, I'm already there.
okay. So let me pull this up. All right. Where is there we go. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Do you see the project broadcast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, Grace Marie, you don't?
Oh, yes,
It
I
says
do, but
project-
it's a blank screen. It's a blank.
You don't see where it says project with like 1, 2, 3 little hoops?
No, it hasn't loaded. I can see Project Broadcast up in the
in
like
the
search.
tab? Huh.
Yeah.
There it is. Now
Oh, there
there's
it
your
is.
Oh, there it
login.
is. Oh, it must say, well, work. Well, now you're going to see it go away because I
Oh,
just
here,
refreshed it.
okay.
Okay. So,
Oh, there's
Yeah,
your
now I can
login.
see it.
okay. So essentially, this is what it looks like. So if, so here are, I don't know how well you can see it. You have some things that are here you can see are kind of like a gray background and then white background. This shows you like your new messages and things like that.
Mhm.
So in here, in your contacts, I'm gonna go to my contacts. These are a list of all my contacts that are here. So I have 1,002 contacts. Now, Again, you can upload your own Norwex contacts right in here, and then you can add them every time someone orders, you add them. I did a video once showing how to do that I'll send over as well. I just have to go find it. But here's the big thing. There's this thing, it's called, or I'm sorry, this one right here. Do you see the little megaphone? It says campaign. So these are all of the campaigns that I have done. Some of them I really could probably go through and get rid of, like Black Friday 2019. I could probably delete that one. I just don't delete them. The one I use the most is this one right here. It's the 222 online outside follow-up. The reason it was 222 is because before COVID, I would send a message out at 2 weeks, 2 months, and wait a minute, sorry, 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. Now I do it immediately, 1 month, and then 2 months, but I haven't changed the name. So this is going to look overwhelming. So I mean, you definitely want to do that Project Broadcast Bootcamp in Facebook to get all yourself set up. But just to kind of show you here, I have 4 drip messages. What drip messages are those messages that go out. So again, day of for week, 1 month, and 2 months. And to show you what they look like, this is as soon as I add them to the campaign of the 222, they get this message from me. Hey, it's Michelle, your Norwex girl. Thank you for your order. I always let them know about shipping. I always give them a longer date than because you never know what could happen. So I'd rather them be pleasantly surprised in getting it early than wondering where it is. Save this number as your contact. So if you ever need me, and then I also give them a link to my Facebook VIP group. And I will tell you 9 times, like I would say probably maybe 70% of the time, as soon as this message goes out, 2 seconds later, I get a request coming into the VIP group. So you always set up your VIP group and get people going in there. Okay. So then that's what they get the day of. And then in 1 month, they'll say, I get the message saying, have you opened the box yet? Are you a cleaning machine? Let me know if you have any questions. And by the way, if you sign up for Project Broadcast, I can send you all of these. I can send you, you change the verbiage how it suits you, but I can send you them all. If you haven't opened that box yet,
So I'm just curious, do you other ladies have people under you that you would use this, or is this just like for yourself, for your customers that you have?
Yes, I'm thinking of just the customers that I have right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Nancy, you're thinking for the customers too, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I do.
So you have a lot of customers, both of you?
Not a whole lot, no, but I don't know, I guess about 20 right now, 25 maybe.
Well, that's a lot if you have to do a separate message to everybody.
Right, exactly.
That's why the Project Broadcast is great, because it doesn't, you don't even have to remember, oh my gosh, somebody ordered 2 weeks ago. I have to remember to send them a message. You wouldn't be able to kind of remember all that. So then after that, then they get the next message they get from me is I always upload the latest host rewards for the graphic and say, hey, if you're ever interested in booking a party, let me know, we can do that. And then 2 months later, I said, just checking in to see, and then I always say, occasionally Norwex has some flash sales. So if you might receive an email from Norwex and a message from me letting you know about them. And then I always say, if at any time you don't want to hear about these, don't hesitate to write stop and no hard feelings. Like, I don't want to keep wasting my credits. Think about it. You don't want to waste your credits sending to people who couldn't care less. I used to take it personally when people wrote stop. I'm like, what? But, it's just if somebody's not going to need it, like, why would I waste my credit? So, so those are the kinds of things that Project Broadcast does. Again, the tags, I tag everybody based on like the Christmas in July. You see here, the Winter Buying Club, all my buying clubs have tags. And then every time I have a host, like there's Bonnie right there, right? So anytime somebody orders, I always put their orders under their host's name. So I can always remember, because by the time you're doing lots of parties, you're gonna having Grace Marie, I probably have you in here, and same thing with you, Nancy. Or like I can keep scrolling. I don't want to necessarily leave people high and dry or not remember what party they were from. If I'm having a conversation with them, I have no memory. I can't remember if we did a party months ago, who they belonged to. So it's nice I can go back to the tag and see, oh yeah, they were Donna's guests. So I can totally, it brings me right back to the party, brings me back to those conversations. And then I can kind of have more of a personal conversation as opposed to just some generic one.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Grace Marie, does this give you a good idea, or there's anything else? What else do you want to know about this?
No, that gives me a good idea of how to begin to set it up anyway. And then if I have questions, I'll message you. And
Yeah,
so you get 500 credits for $10 a month,
yes, that's what
and
I
you
wrote.
can use those. So each message, from what I'm gathering here, each message is 1 credit. But if you send that message to 10 people, then it's 10 credits.
Correct. So
Okay.
a credit is used every time a message goes out. Like, so each person the message goes out to.
Okay.
And any incoming messages are free, so you don't have to worry about that. And if you did the $15 a month, the $15 has the unlimited chat. So if somebody messages you back and you message back with them, so this is like in the chat feature here. Like, let's say I was messaging with Donna and I just sent her a quick message. That won't cost me because I'm doing it in the chat, but that's for $15 a month. And that's up to you. When I first did this and just did the $10 a month and I was doing in-home parties, in the party, I had people enter me into their phone with my Project Broadcast number and my texting number, because when they would message me through Project Broadcast, I messaged them back on my cell phone, on my actual messaging, so it didn't cost me anything. But the first time I did the 12 days of Christmas sale, I'm like, it got way overwhelming. So that's when I'm like, okay, I'm just going to add that on. So start with the $10 a month, you figure out ways, and then you'll see if you need more. But I do want to add you to, well, you guys let me know if you want me to add you to the Project Broadcast Boot Camp on Facebook. Do you want me to add you? I'll add you,
Yes.
Grace Marie,
Yeah.
and Bonnie. Do you want me to add you? Okay, because what I'll do is I'll add you guys to that, and you can go through that. I think there's like a unit section or a guide section that'll take you through. It teaches you soup to nuts, everything you need to know. And I'm not sure if they have it in there because I already had it done by the time I got into the boot camp. If they don't have a video on there on how to import your contacts, let me know, because I know there's a YouTube video out there that does it, because that's what I watched when I first started.
Okay. So now you're going to send us this boot camp?
Yep, I'm going to
thing?
send you a link.
Okay.
I'm going to send you I'm going to send you the link to it, and then you click on that link to join the group.
Because that's the big thing I would want to know, is how to get my contacts in here, so I don't have to type them all in individually.
Don't type them all in. And it was funny because when I added mine, some didn't come over with the name and the phone number. So I have people with just phone numbers on there that I still, like, I don't even know who they are until they write back and tell me their name. I'm like, okay, now I'll add them. But yes, that was funny. But let me see let me just see. I'm almost positive it's like one of the first videos that comes up. Yeah, here's one for automatically transfer Norwex contacts to Project Broadcast. I'm going to put this in the chat for you guys.
Okay.
Let me come and do that. Hold on. And that way you can copy and
invested in Project Broadcast to keep in touch with new customers.
all right, if you want to take that and copy and paste it, that's the video that I was just playing right now on how you can import them in. I have no idea how I got. Do you see that Bitmoji thing on there, or do you not see that?
I see it.
Like, I
Yeah.
didn't even know I had that's an app on my phone. I have no idea how it shows up here now. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to get rid of it. Well, oh boy. All right, I'm going to stop sharing and seeing if, nope, that didn't make it good. All right, any other questions?
So you can email us that link to the Project Broadcast thing?
Oh, yes, I know I have.
I didn't get it just then. I didn't
You don't
have
see it
time
in the
to.
chat?
No, I'm doing this on my iPad, which is
Ah.
not what I usually do, so.
Gotcha.
Oh,
All right,
here
so-
it is. I see. Here
You
it
see
is
it?
on the chats. I got it.
Okay. Well, let me know if you can't, email me if you end up not being able to copy and paste it, and then I'll send it
Okay.
back over. Okay. Do you ladies need anything else or have any other questions?
No, this has been very helpful. Thank you.
Mhm.
No, I
Good.
think I'm good. I'm just still overwhelmed, but
I know,
reading
Bonnie.
it
Well,
all.
I know, and that's the hardest part. And it's funny because I have a Google. I'm almost debating. It's a new Google template that Norwex just created to get new consultants started. And I didn't send it to you originally because A, I didn't want to overwhelm you. B, you're not really. I know you're using more of a discount, but I want to send it to the three of you. I'm going to send it to you guys. Bonnie, you can even try if you want to use it and see. Let me know what you think. It's because, like Nancy, you've been doing this for a while, but trying to like get back up. Grace Marie, you're still fairly new. Bonnie's obviously very new. If you want to give me if you wouldn't mind, if you have time and you want to look at it, see if it's helpful and give me any feedback you have on it, because
Mhm.
I really
Sure.
kind of want to see if it's something that might take away that overwhelmingness.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I
And,
think last
Bonnie-
night at like 1 AM when I wrote you that last message about, okay, so if I do it this way or if I do it that, I think that cleared up a lot in my mind
Good.
as to how to do it. So,
And you can tell that you understand the concepts just based on your questions too.
yes, I just
So-
want to get the most bang for my buck,
Mhm.
Right. Oh, we
Well,
all
you
do,
know-
trust me. Okay.
And Bonnie, I have to tell you this. I joined when? March? Yeah, March 12th was the day I joined. And I just did a study because I keep track. I have all of this stuff in one account in my bank. And I just did a report on it to find out that with all the products I've bought for myself, and I've bought a lot, and I only had 2 parties that I hosted. And including the gold package and all of that stuff to join, I have only spent $200 in
Wow.
comparison to what I've gotten for consultant things and what I've sold and it blew my mind the other day when I did that study. I thought, this is really good for
Yeah,
only having 2 parties
right.
and really getting anything that I order with the 35% discount. So, but even that amount has been worked into this and
Mhm.
I'm doing very well. But I'm with you, Bonnie. I tend to be very overwhelmed at times. So I just say, I'm never going to get this.
Mhm.
I'm never going to do this right. So don't get too discouraged. Or if you do, call me up and I'll commiserate with you.
Okay, yeah, we'll have a drink of wine together.
That sounds very good.
Mhm.
All right, ladies. So I am on my to-do list. I'm going to send you that Google template. Bonnie, I'm going to reach back out to Lindsay about getting you back into Legacy or getting into Legacy. Grace Marie, I'm going to message Shelly and find out about Maria getting back to you. We're going to schedule a team meeting every 2 weeks. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
I
Okay.
don't think so. I think that's enough for you to do.
I think you're right. I think we're gonna end there. All right, ladies. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your Mother's Day. We will see you guys soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ladies. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
too.
you.